no offense, like once you see the angle of it being offside, you can get whatever angles you want. Like his toe is further than the other one. This is the era of VAR. It sucks. Guess what? We had a
no, dude. They're cheating. Okay.
As well, last season, like we've had shit taken away from us too. Get the fuck over it. If you want to win the league, go and win the league. There's trash refs in Spain when you're not fucking paying them. Isn't that weird, Barcelona? Wow, you get shitty calls that happen to you every now and then. Yeah, I know you're not used to that because for 20 fucking years you had refs in your back pocket, but that's neither here nor there. The court of law will settle that one. All I want one time a bad call doesn't go your way, and all I see is bitching, crying, and somehow our team gets brought into it about how Perez paid this ref, as if we give a fuck about how you can't beat Real Sociedad or Osasuna.
Just a quick question. Was he offsides?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, then how's it a bad call? Oh, well, you every millimeter you want offsides to count now because you owe about 14 goals to other teams then, Barcelona. Because how many times have I watched VAR wipe off a goal for Osasuna, for fucking Las Palmas, for Rayo, for teams you have no business being in competition with that somehow have 4 goals chalked off by VAR that game.
Yeah, we won't even get into the
Hey man, I'm all for the banter. I'm all for the the conversations that are being had out there in the world. Like, spare me with the pays the refs bullshit. Like, that's just the weakest fucking excuse, week in, week out, year in, year out. You can't, like, the guy was either offsides by VAR rules, by the fucking computer generated laser, whatever the fuck they're using. He's either offside or he's not. Like, you can't exactly fake that. It's out there for the world to see. By the rules, he's offside. So, miss me with the paid the ref bullshit. Do I agree that rule is good? That's a different story. But by the rule, he was offside.
Well, the best is when they're like, well, let's do a poll. Do you think it was a goal?
Right.
And it's just one of those like Arsenal polls where it doesn't matter what the actual outcome was. More people will vote for this because also the people that think it's hilarious are just going to vote anyway. So it's always fun to me when they do the polls too. As if an internet poll has ever fucking solved anything. It's really just to create more banter for me and more content. So I'm tired of the crying whenever one thing goes wrong. On top of it is funny to see Barcelona's best year. You still only got 3 points on us when we have a game in hand. Shame. Real shame.
Shout out you.
Real shame.
I got Aston Villa on mine as well. I didn't even think they were going to get a result in Anfield. I had zero faith in them to do it. I just needed a fucking goal because the Liverpool money line was trash. So I did Liverpool money line and both teams to score. I said Unai Emery, competitive manager. You know, we'll play into that Champions League, how great you guys are doing, even though you lost to fucking Bruges. Shout out Tyrone Mings for being himself. I'm now at the point where I'm calling Aston Villa fraudulent. I don't give a fuck if it's November.
Yep.
We have now done this too many times where we anoint Aston Villa for like 2 months of hard work, and then they just piss it all away. And I'm not even going to give them the anointment for it. I enjoy watching them play football, but at no point am I going to just be like, dude, this is Aston Villa. Like, I'm not giving them credit for at home. I'm not giving them credit for their past performances. I'm not giving Unai Emery any more credit because when's the last time we actually watched him make a European run? We're all still thinking of that same bullshit run that he didn't even win. So, Aston Villa, I'm now calling you frauds. You are a fraudulent-ass club. I don't want to talk about you guys anymore. You're pissing me off. Ollie Watkins, what happened, dog?
I agree with you. I've been kind of saying it with the guys over on my show for a couple of weeks that they're on fraud watch. They just can't stop anybody. No. And I don't know if maybe their offense the past 18 months has kind of clouded how bad the D has been. I don't know if all these games are catching up to them. I don't know what. They look fucking terrible on defense. I don't know that they could finish in the top 4. I agree with you.
Speaking of Nick's show, I have Newcastle haters on the fuck yous. Hey, guys. We're here again. Hey, y'all. Newcastle. Keep doing your thing. Eddie Howe, I trust you.
Turns out a healthy Isak, kind of good for Newcastle.
A little bit.
That'll be fun to talk about when we talk about a Sweden game, too, since they have probably like the 2 most informed strikers right now in Europe.
Don't get Isak hurt again. Just don't do it.
Well, I mean, it's international break, so somebody, flip a coin. Who's getting hurt this time? And then my nice transition to Italy is Maurizio Mariani. You're telling me that you refed an Antonio Conte managed side against an old Antonio Conte side, and there was only 2 fucking cards. Do you know how many fouls were in that Napoli Inter game? And there's only 2 fucking cards.
There's a penalty also.
Just called. Not even counting the advantages, not counting all the chippy bullshit that happened no matter what. We got Antonio Conte with his fucking wig about to fly off on the sideline, and you're telling me he couldn't even get me another yellow? There was only 2 fucking yellows. Shout out Denzel Dumfries, by the way. My God. Wow. Taking shots and steady getting cards. Love that guy. Shout out McSauce. Wow. I did have Napa.
So good.
But I wasn't that mad. But the only thing I had from this game on my big board that I was positive of was over 4.5 cards. And then this pussy, Maurizio Mariani, decides to only give out fucking 2 when there's fucking 30 fouls in the. So you're telling me you need 15 fucking fouls before we see a card? I was thinking, hey, maybe the second half got me. No, this guy's just a card pussy. Fuck you, Mariani. I'll never forgive you. And that was my Italian transition.
I don't have the stats to back it up, but like, how many times is a penalty awarded without a card? Like, it's. I mean, I guess more often than you think.
I
But
had
like,
a Person Royale too, so I'm still salty about that one also.
Rough card weekend.
Yeah,
I'm good though. That's all I got.
I'll start with Marseille. Azuri, you let in 3 goals at home at the crib, Marseille. Damn, that's pretty pathetic.
Did they get a penalty kick? Because then maybe Mason Greenwood at least scored for everybody.
Greenwood did score. I don't know if it was a penalty. It was a penalty.
Wow.
Raul Vallecano, you're dead again. Like, hey, look, it was a nice early season run where you kind of looked good again, but you're fucking dead. You gave up 3 goals at the crib de Las Palmas. Embarrassing. Crystal Palace, West Ham, Everton. Where the fuck are the goals? Neither of these teams playing goddamn defense. So how did we get a 0-0 here? Really embarrassing. Look, I don't care. I know Nick works with Scotty, and I have weirdly been agreeing with Scotty on a lot of things the last couple of times I've been on his show. But City, really? You can't beat Brighton. You're going to get stomped out 2-0 to Brighton. You're kind of dead. So City definitely at minus 130. Kind of got back them there. Upset spot. Cough out. Not only got a draw, like didn't get me my bet. You dropped 3 points to fucking Brighton on the road. You've lost 4 games in a row. You're in shambles. Leverkusen score more than 1 fucking goal against Bochum.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
You're pretty good. Listen, I like Xavi Alonso. I respect the shit out of him. I don't want to hear fucking Madrid fans on Twitter tell me that Carlo Ancelotti needs to go and we have to get Xavi Alonso right now. Because go take a fucking look at what Leverkusen's been doing this season. The hangover is real. The fact that Leverkusen's on people's radar now after last season, they're not getting results. And you want to fucking sack Don Carlo to go get a guy who can't get wins or domestically or in UCL? Make that make fucking sense to me. Dortmund, you really only had 1 goal in you versus St. Pauli. That's kind of embarrassing. RB Leipzig can't get it done at home versus Gladbach. That's embarrassing.
Free Tesco, by the way.
This one is going to be fun because Nick's right here to respond. Nick, would you like to comment on telling me that Parma is fucking washed and then 60 minutes later texting me about how Parma is back?
Yeah, I was impressed that they turned it on. I think they've had a roller coaster of a year. I'm going to definitely agree with you that they look far better than their results have indicated. And I think you've been pretty clear on that the whole year. So, listen, at first I'm like, oh, They're down to Venezia. Fuck out of here. I'm busting your balls. And then I turn around, I look at the score. I'm like, oh, they're there. Okay. Let me eat this one real quick.
There's Dennis Man showing up,
Dennis
doing
Man.
his damn
Oh my
thing.
God. Maybe the best footballer besides not named Scott McTominay in Italy. Just so we know.
Next up, I gotta say fuck you to people who apparently think they run AC Milan Twitter. I don't know how much I have to tell you this, and Nick's right here to back me up. Leao still looks like shit, fam. Like, yeah, he is contributing a little bit now. He definitely didn't look. First of all, he didn't look good against Madrid. He flubbed like 2 makeable shots. He did have
there's a difference between looking good and playing against Lucas Vasquez. So
right, yeah, like I'm not about to sit here and credit Leao for doing fuck all against Lucas Vasquez, who's playing fucking farther up the pitch than our fucking winger. So yeah, the fact that we had to sub Fede Valverde out and in the second half he looked like a stud, well, that's because he's playing against fucking nobody. He did have a couple of nice plays against Cagliari. Good for you. You should fucking skull fuck Cagliari into the ground. And you still somehow end up drawing that game 3-3. Now, I can't take anything away from Cagliari's last goal. That thing was absolutely insane. It was, dude, the fucking ball was up at his shoulders and fucking no touch, picks it out of the air and goes top bins with it. Like, I can't be mad about AC Milan losing on a fucking worldie like that. But people who are fucking out here dick riding Leao and telling me how fucking good he is, and to think that I have the audacity to call Leao selfish. Have you watched him fucking play the game this year? The dude has his head down. He's not looking for fucking outlet passes, and he's jacking up 6 shots a game that are all fucking garbage. So yeah, everybody on AC Milan Twitter and dudes who work for fucking Peacock, who I clearly got under your skin. You don't realize you lost the Twitter battle arguing with me for 45 minutes because you're an account with like 20-some thousand followers and you have a job as a pundit and you're getting in the mud calling me a fucking faggot on the internet. That, I'm sure that looks really good to the guys over at AC Milan and Peacock. I have no problem cussing you out and going down to your level, but I thought as a professional, you might not want to call me a faggot on the internet.
Yeah, I didn't think you were allowed to say that on the internet in the year of our Lord 2024.
Not if you want a job at NBC.
I'm going to have to wholeheartedly agree that with the exception of the last 2 games, Leao's been terrible all year. I couldn't agree. I tweet about it pretty much daily, and I don't do it like I do it because it's funny and it gets under people's skin. But the fact of the matter is, if you're going to tell me the guy has world-class talent, which I believe he does, you expect game in and game out production. Assists, goals, whatever. And the argument I hear, oh, well, he's never been a good finisher. Okay, but still, 1 out of every 3 games, I'm expecting to see a goal from you. 1 out of every other game, I'm expecting to see an assist, something. Like,
be a keeper when you have clear one-on-ones with him.
Yeah, and he hasn't been providing that, and there's a few players, there's a few teams fans that will do this for their players no matter what, and I understand that, but Leao gets such fucking treatment from AC Milan fans. It's unreal. He was dog shit for 8 games, but he played okay in 3. Okay, well, he gets excused. That doesn't sit right with me. You have former football professionals calling the guy out. His attitude isn't good. He's been lazy. He's been selfish. And instead of just saying, oh, okay, these guys played the game or coached the game, they might know more than I do, let me take that into consideration. It's, oh, this guy, he's a racist, he's a this, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he's crazy, nobody likes him. Well, I don't know. I'm going to trust Antonio Cassano. The dude fucking played. Maybe he knows a little bit more about Leao than you or I sitting on Twitter. So I wholeheartedly agree with you. I think AC Milan should be so much fucking better. Their offense is dynamic. Their midfielders are good. That defense is a complete fucking dumpster fire.
Hold on. Is Antonio Cassano the one that said Ronaldo isn't good?
Probably.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not I'm not just gonna blindly accept Cassano's critiquing of players.
We can.
No, not me. I'm good.
Yeah, you
My
should.
man said Ronaldo can score 1,000 goals. I still don't think he's a good striker. Well,
I don't know. 1,000's a lot of fucking goals,
a
fam.
lot.
100's a lot for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Facts. 100 caps used to be a lot, but that's like 2 seasons of play now. So who the fuck knows anymore? But yeah, I just thought that was a little audacious of the people who just run to Liao's defense. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Liao. I would love to see him play well. There's a reason he was benched 3 games in a row.
And it looks like it worked.
Yeah,
right? It looks like you got the results out of it.
Yeah, it got his attention, and you got the performances out of him. That's called good managing. No matter how critical you want to be of AC Milan's manager, that's what good managers do. And the fact that Liao, I've heard some stuff that, well, maybe he might be looking for a transfer. Well, then you better start fucking playing good, because AC Milan's not going to give you a transfer if they're not getting the money they spent on you out of you. You're supposed to be this top prospect, and if the transfer market value's not there, enjoy riding the bench at Milan or fix your fucking attitude.
100%.
Again, I like Liao. I think he has the potential to be a really good player. But you have to be okay with being coached and being coached hard, especially at your age when you're not world class. Like, you have the potential to be, but to unlock that potential, you have to be managed.
Yeah. Man, let me ride right into my fuck yous. Fuck you to anybody that just uses the term world class, because it's the most overused term on the planet. Like, there are a handful of truly world class players. What would you guys say? 20, maybe?
I'll make it a solid 22 to 24.
Okay, let's call it 25 of the hundreds of thousands of professional footballers.
I'd call it 33. Give me top 3 at every position.
Fair enough. Okay. Right. Let's stop calling everybody else world class. Don't care. Like, just stop using the term.
Okay, let's say I put a term in front of the term. So I go borderline world class, or almost world class, or pretty much world class, or pre-world class.
Man, the term superstar is still good. You could be a star, a superstar. Right. Like, world class is different.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Agreed?
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think world class means you should be in the conversation for top 3 players at your position.
Done. Stamp it. I'm with you.
Boom. 2FootTalk approved.
And Nick.
Yeah, listen, I was trying to follow along with what you guys were saying, and I was looking to agree, but I can't really hate on any of the EPL teams, because I actually wrote a lot of underdogs last week, and my guys on the show had Brighton on the spread. We had Chelsea on the spread. We had Everton on the spread. So I was really...
Not starting Vardy made me get off of that, but I
thought immediately. I wasn't even on both teams to score anymore once I didn't see Vardy.
Yep, I backed all the way off that game with no Vardy party.
Yeah, I can try to give a fuck you to Lazio because they didn't score the second goal. I was on their team total. That kind of sucked, but they still have won 9 out of their last 10 games, so can't really do that. But maybe, just maybe, we'll give a fuck you to AS Roma and all AS Roma fans, the biggest chirpers on the planet, the Arsenal fans of Serie A, the ones who told me all summer long the best transfer market we've had. We're going to be in the fight for the Scudetto. Top 4's just certainty. We got Dovbyk, we got Dybala, we got Sule, we got Lafay, we got all these guys. DDR knows what he's doing. Spoiler, DDR didn't know what he's fucking doing. And listen, nobody's a fucking bigger Italian football fan.
Hold on. You can't prove that he doesn't know.
Yes, I can. Because he's been successful at 0 coaching jobs that he's held.
All he needed was a little bit more time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, he got fired from his last job in the 2nd division, and then he gets hired by Roma, and turns out that he lost like 70% of his games. So,
that's not funny.
Yeah, listen, nobody's a bigger Italian football fan than me. I hold a lot of the players from 2006 in high regard. Turns out none of them could fucking manage. De Rossi can't manage. Gattuso can't manage. Montella can't manage. Pippo Inzaghi can't manage. I don't know if I said Pirlo already. Cannavaro can't manage. Like, these dudes. Yeah, no, he's not a good manager.
Oh.
Sorry, he's just not. So like none of these dudes are good managers. So like separate your love for the player, separate your love from the team. Sometimes great players don't turn into great managers. De Rossi is clearly one of them. He's out. You signed even Yerrrrrrrr. Dude is the most boring fucking manager on the planet. Dude has a lifetime, I think, 30 win percentage throughout his career in Serie A. He's coached Cagliari. He's coached Torino. He coached Hellas Verona. Goes to Roma because he's unemployed. Nobody else would fucking hire him outside of the continent because they know, or outside of the country, they know that this dude is a fucking hack. He lasted about 8 games or 9 games. And now you're trying to ruin the reputation of Claudio Ranieri, guy who's coached your team twice, who's been in retirement, historic manager, led Leicester to their only Premier League title, the upset title of the millennium. And now you got to call this dude in at like age 85 to come and try to right the ship. It could only go bad for him. And I don't want it to go bad for him, but I'm rooting for it to go bad for him because I want the dumpster fire of Roma and their fans to fucking continue as long as possible. 4 coaches on the payroll. I don't know if it's them or Man United or Chelsea who have a higher fucking total for coaches getting paid right now, but we are absolutely here for it. And thank you guys for letting me talk about it.
Well, here's my issue. I got one question, really, and this is the only thing that I have to put in for the Roma, I guess, topic here. Was Mourinho right again? Because
looks like it.
It really feels
kind of looks like it.
Always right.
And the one thing I will say about Mourinho that, he was the coach there for 2.5 years. He had absolutely 0 domestic success. He finished 6th, 7th, and 7th. So that's not really a good look for him. But
got you to a European final, though.
He won one. He won the Conference League and then got to the Europa League final the following year. So, listen, did that. Can't knock him for it. And, I want to say his results were kind of okay, but then you look at the team. Okay, it's essentially the same team now. And now we're on the 4th coach with the same players. So,
also,
was Mourinho right?
Is the stadium selling out anymore? Because
no.
Mourinho also put asses in seats and sold out every fucking game he managed for Roma.
100%.
Is it going to be possible to be competitive and pay 4 managers if you can't put asses in the seats?
Especially if you're on the cusp of not making European competition.
I feel like that was my favorite part about Mourinho is that even when your team is shit, and that team that he had was shit. That Roma team was trash. As much as it looks really similar to what he had, they bought a lot of shiny toys that Mourinho did not have, and they're still using Mourinho's guys, and they're still not getting results. And I love that Mourinho raises a club standard so high to the point where they think they can fire him.
Right.
And they have no answer for who's going to do a better job with what is that dumpster fire at Roma. So that's why I always will give props to Mourinho. He fucked my team up in 2012, but I have continued to loyally. Anytime he goes to a new club, he's got some sort of goal set in mind, some sort of trophy, some sort of point that he's going to hit. Even if it's over at Tottenham and they don't want him to actually coach the final. Oh, look, you still don't have any trophies, Tottenham. Even if it is over in Turkey where he's straight up telling us that the league is corrupt and he's still going out and getting fucking results. So Jose Mourinho, I feel like, is the actual winner from this entire Roma dumpster fire because it yet again proves that Mourinho just knows ball.
Fact. Hard facts.
Bond is the only Roma fan that I actually have to deal with, and he's a massive De Rossi fan. So as soon as they fired De Rossi, he was just like, I don't even fucking care anymore. They have no direction. They have no idea what they're doing. He's like he was also my sad Arsenal fan that I had on here all the time. He is one of the most realistic football fans of all time. Very pessimistic, but it's sad how often it just goes bad for him. So shout out Bondi.
Last fuck you before we move on. Sevilla, what the fuck are you doing? You can't pick up even a goal? You can't even get me a goal, dude. And you're going to lose this fucking game to Leganes 1-0 and take a red card? Yikes.
I think my last fuck you is going to be to whoever the dude Yao Felix is, the reporter that just never says any of his fucking. He never says any of the goddamn, like, any of the people giving him the information. He's just like, oh, this might be happening. Oh, this is happening. Sources are telling me. Who are the fucking sources? Tell me who these sources are. Stop just saying, my sources tell me that you're a piece of shit. What about that?
Can I give a fuck you to Inter Miami?
Oh, go
Of
ahead.
course. Oh, absolutely. We're
Let
always
us down,
here for
dude.
Inter Miami. Fuck
Listen,
you.
I'm here for it. I think it's cool living in South Florida that the community has gotten behind the team. Messi has obviously revitalized the outlook. And I've been really hard forever on Tata Martino. I think he's a dog shit coach. And this year they did really well. And they did really well with Suarez playing like only 60% of the games. Messi missed most of the season. And I'm like, oh shit. All right. They finished with the most points, I think, almost in the history of MLS. So I'm like, was I wrong about Tata Martino? Maybe I was wrong. And then you get into the playoffs and into this situation with a very bad Atlanta United team for what it's fucking worth. And they changed the playoff format. It's stupid. Now it's a best of two, but it's best of three, but it's really kind of not, I don't know, weird.
Win 2 home games, Miami.
Yeah, but they gave up a goal in like the 96th minute of that game to force the game 3 essentially. And then this dude just got it completely wrong and just got absolutely demolished in game 3. Messi does deserve a little bit of hate. That dude did absolutely fuck all for 3 games. But Tata Martino I was right that he's terrible, and he fooled me for about 5 or 6 months there. He sticks.
I think my favorite thing that I did that night, which was the third leg night, besides watching Guzan get tossed into the net and nothing happened, then watching the Inter Miami fans get upset that they played on 13 seconds after a guy was on the ground and scored a goal.
Yep.
As
Miami
if
does it all the time.
Miami didn't do the exact same. Messi literally dribbled over a guy that was injured on the ground, and they had the audacity to bring that up. There's just a lot of funny stuff. You have Jordi Alba after the game crying about, well, it's not fair. We were the best team. We should just play the champion. Well, here's the fair part about it. You played the last seed because you were the best team.
Right.
And end of fairness.
I will say I did have a buddy who was on Atlanta for, I think, plus 390. So that was nice cash for him. And I took Atlanta to get a goal in the second half at plus 145, which was just like a no doubter. And that felt pretty good to cash. But upsetting that we don't get to see Messi.
Here's the real strategy is what you do is you go and you live bet Messi if he hasn't scored yet, and then you talk shit about how Inter Miami will never come back, and then you're going to have some dumb idiot on the internet think that you're being serious and you're not trolling to try to get Messi to score a goal, and then he's going to be like, oh, how about that? And then you're just going to send them your plus 220 Messi anytime goal score ticket, and then Miami's still going to lose, so I was right twice. That's actually the most beautiful thing that happened from that game.
I like it.
Shout out Miami. And if you're crying about Miami, you should have known immediately that they weren't going to win because Jimmy Butler was not on the pitch. So,
Man,
Jimmy Butler, Miami ain't doing shit in the playoffs.
It pains me to say my boy Jimmy Butler's washed. I didn't like it. I didn't realize until last year that he's actually old. Like, he's one of those guys that's been playing forever, but just in my mind, he was still like 29 years old.
Yeah, you forget that he actually played 3 years in college.
I'm looking up, and I'm like, oh, Jimmy Buckets, he's got to be like 29 years old. What is he, 37? What the fuck? Like, so, yeah.
Yeah, you forget that, like, he actually had a college career and wasn't a one and done.
Yeah. Oh,
and then also played under Tom Thibodeau.
Unfortunately, you guys won the exact same amount of playoff games as the Philadelphia Union, so if that makes you feel better. From the 1 seed, yikes.
Yeah, as far as Jimmy goes, he also played under Tom Thibodeau, so those seasons all count as 2 seasons.
I was going to say, yeah, maybe 2.5. I also have another fun transition segment for you guys. It's called Sergeant, and what it stands for is SGT. So we did a lot of manager talk. So what the SGT actually stands for is sack, gaffer, and trust the process. So would you fire this coach? Is that your gaffer? Or you want to give him a little bit of time, see how it goes. This is pretty much me filling up the fuck, marry, kill for coaches.
I like it.
So
sack.
the real easy one for sack, gaffer, trust the process. The first one would be Ten Hag, Guardiola, Arteta. Who are you sacking? Who's your gaffer? And who are you going to trust the process for?
Well, I'm sacking Ten Hag.
Yeah, I mean, he is sacked. But
Yep, that's why this is the easy one. They progressively will get harder.
I hope so.
The next one I got for you. This is a fun one for you, Nick. This is specifically for you. So you got to sack one. One's got to be your coach. One is we'll give him a couple years. De Rossi, Mourinho, and Ranieri. You got to sack one. One's your manager, and trust the process. Who you got?
That's terrible.
Here is the correct answer.
Can I sack them all? I guess you're sacking De Rossi, and Mourinho's your manager, and you're trusting the process with Ranieri.
Oh, see, I had it flipped. I had Mourinho as a trust the process guy, and Ranieri as your manager.
No,
You always gotta trust the process with Mourinho.
Mourinho trusts the youth, and I trust Mourinho. Also, it's going to take 2 years for something to happen with Mourinho, so you have to just.
And then year 3 is gone.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why you just give him a 3-year deal. Then you don't have to sack him. My next one's another.
You get your European trophy, and then that conversation's over.
Oaks, here you go. I got Unai Emery, Arteta, and Postecoglou. Ange ball. I don't know.
Ange.
Yeah, you got to sack one, keep one, and trust the process with the next one. It's pretty much the trust the process is. Do you think this guy will get a transfer window and it will help?
You gotta. So you got me, Unai Emery, Arteta, and Ange.
Yes.
You gotta sack Ange. You gotta trust the process with Arteta, and Unai Emery's my guy.
All right. Okay. All right. Then I got a nice little EPL Italian blend for you. So you guys can both do this one. I have Eddie Howe, Antonio Conte, and Inzaghi. You got to sack one, trust the process, and one is your gaffer.
I'm sacking Conte.
Oof.
I'll trust the process with Inzaghi, and who was the third one?
Eddie Howe.
Eddie Howe.
Yeah, give me Eddie Howe as the manager. I still think he's one of the best managers in England and probably should have the English national team job. I know Newcastle hasn't looked great, but they've had a laundry list of injuries, and I still trust Eddie Howe.
All right, Nick, what do you got for that one? Eddie Howe, Conte, and Inzaghi.
I kind of have to agree. Conte
really?
reserved.
Eddie Howe is my trust the process guy.
Conte if he wins with Napoli this year, then I'll give him some real deal credit because that roster's not very good. Not that they're not very good, but like they're not.
It's not bad though.
But it's not better than it.
Us and Lukaku. Who else is he?
Lukaku's he's Jimmy Buckets, dude. He's like 35. It's not better than Inter. So like if he can win the league.
I just hate his brand of football, dude. Like, I don't want to watch slow-paced, defensive.
He's discount Mourinho. Let's just
he is. That's exactly what he is. He's discount Mourinho.
He's Italian Mourinho.
Yeah. So
he should smoke
he
more
reserves
cigarettes.
the right to change my opinion this year if he could win the league. But if not, I'm not a huge fan of his.
Neither am I.
All right, so that was my fun little game I made, guys. International break. Get creative.
It.
All right. So we're gonna first start with this one. It's Jamaica versus USA. We're playing them twice. So I then have
Andre Blake and that.
I then have again USA versus Jamaica. So I guess we're hosting one and we're going there for one. No Andre Gray, so I guess Antonio's starting up front. I don't know if Andre Blake's in net. I don't know why he wouldn't be unless he's hurt again. Or if he wants to get, I don't know, maybe he's resting for the summer or for the offseason, whatever. But this completely depends on who's in the back line and in net for the USA because I will not watch the match if it's Matt Turner. If it's Zach Steffen, give him the armband and I'll watch the entire thing. Otherwise, fuck this game. Weston McKennie will be on the roster. I know we were resting a lot of guys before. Pulisic, I'm assuming he's also going to be on the roster, but a lot of Europeans are now following the Real Madrid trade of let's just say our guy's hurt and not have him go overseas for 2 weeks for meaningless games. So I don't know exactly what the plan is with all the guys that are playing over in Serie A between Timmy Weah, Musa, Pulisic, and McKennie because they did get let go early last time. I assume they're all going to be playing in this first game, though, and you're getting an awesome line on the U.S., and I really think Jamaica sucks. So unless we got Andre Blake, who's out of season and not probably going to be playing on his head, I don't know what really stops the United States besides themselves. Pochettino is what one.
Always the answer.
Yeah, Pochettino's 1-1 right now as a manager. So I'm not telling you to get back to winning ways, but like if you get to play Jamaica as over half of your games as a manager, you should probably have a winning record. Just my
I agree. I think you pretty much hit the analysis there. I think if you're going to hang.
Hold on, you could not have butchered Zach's name any worse. All right, Jacob. That's my beef with that comment.
He went in the time machine with Urkel.
Maybe.
Man, you're probably too young for that reference. You fucking clown.
Dude, I just turned 30 last week. I watch reruns of Family Matters. We're good.
All right.
I still think his voice is annoying as shit, though.
Provided he starts and you're hanging plus 210 on Kristen Pulisic and international duty, that's an automatic bet. I don't know how much further we need to get into details there. I know the three of us are on the same page. I really hope, and like Ricardo Pepi, I hope he starts in this game. I think he probably should, based on the first.
Both of you guys that his goal number was disrespectful over the weekend.
Fact. El Paso's finest. Love the dude. So he's another one that's at plus 200 around there. I think if he starts, that's worth one too. USA money line sounds pretty simple. I'm with you there. I think USA over 1.5 at plus 125 is kind of silly. I mean, it is a way that's kind of tricky, but if Poch can't will these guys to 2 goals and a win, I'm going to be really, really sour on it. I don't care what number of game it is for him.
It's just one of those situations where if you can't beat Jamaica and you can't score at least 2 goals,
and like Jamaica looked fucking terrible over the summer, right? Yeah, like Jamaica and they're like 1 goal scored over the course of 5 games.
Wait, is Leon Bailey going to play? Maybe not that means anything. Anthony Robinson can chase him for 90 minutes for all I fucking care.
Yeah.
So.
I will say, if you enjoy hilarious internet content, go check out the manager. I think he's English that Jamaica hired. Go look at his accent now that he lives in Jamaica. It's fucking hilarious, dude. The guy's talking like a fucking native Jamaican, and I can't get enough of it. It's hilarious to watch. He's a white dude with like fucking red hair and a red beard, just out there. Full Jamaican accent. Absolutely hilarious.
All right, moving on. We got some. So these are going to be in a weird ass order because I just did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and
so they're in chronological order.
Yeah, but they don't know how. They don't know what leagues I have favorited, so that's going to be the order. Is the order I have the leagues and competitions favorited in. But yes, for the most part, chronological. On top of you also have to pick out which games would Leg give a fuck about.
I feel like I'm gonna hit like 80% based on the tabs I have up here.
Yeah, first one.
I guarantee you, he's gonna talk about Turkey just because you're on.
The show. No, I 1,000%. Yeah. Belgium versus Italy. Nick, what do we got?
I had this one up. I like Italy draw no bet at even money. I think they need a point out of the last 2 games to win their group or advance or whatever the fuck it is. They've looked really, really good, and I think they've looked really, really good defensively. I don't know what that means in terms of goal scoring. I don't know if they're going to score or not, but Belgium's just overrated. They haven't looked that great.
Overrated.
Well,
yeah,
facts. Absolutely facts.
The entire existence of Belgium.
All facts. So, yeah, I think Italy get a point in this one. I think they get it done. They probably run away with the last game that these two played if it wasn't for the early red card. So, I don't have too many props in this one because it's all really going to depend on the lineup. But
you got to take Retegui for a goal. Like at this point, you
got
to.
I think
national team. If we're being realistic, he's been terrible for the Italian national team. Awful. Great in the league. Awful.
He's been okay.
For Italy?
Yeah.
How many goals does he have for Italy?
If I had to, off the top of my head, he probably has 6 or 7.
I was gonna say, as long as I can't count on one hand, then
he's only played 15 games, if that, maybe less.
Yeah, I mean, he scored versus Israel, scored versus Belgium in that 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
Moises Keane's been on fire too.
You
gotta start Moises Keane.
I'll put Moise Keane and Balotelli up front, but I am
Okay. He has 6 goals in 16 games.
6 goals in 16 games.
Not that great, but better than you thought.
I also don't think he started all 16 of
No,
those
no,
games.
no, no. Definitely
Right.
not. He probably
I also don't
started.
think the opponents were that
Seven.
great for all 16 games either.
No, that's fair. He scored against England. I think
Yeah,
his first
he's been
game.
good. He's been good recently.
Hungary scored against that England team. Greece beat that England team's ass.
Fact.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
No, but hey, listen, I do like him to score. I think he does start, so that could be it. This is a game where one of the weird midfielders gets a goal. Take your pick. Who do you like? Like Fortezzi scores every fucking game he plays for Italy. He's sitting at plus 350. Do you like Barella? Do you like DeMarco? Do you like Tonali? Tonali doesn't score. But like, can he get an assist? But the point is,
because he probably bet on it.
Fact. I don't think you're getting 2 goals out of forwards or 2 goals out of a forward. So it seems to me like a game where like you will get a goal contribution somewhere from a midfielder.
Feel that? Oh, so anything to add on this one?
No, I like Retegui. If he does start, I probably will take him for a goal. Same with Moise Keane. If they both start, I'm gonna have to take one of them for a goal there.
Next question: does Lukaku do anything this game?
No.
Okay. Moving on.
I mean, he's either going to score 4 or he's going to miss wide open sitters 5 times. Like, there's no in between there with Lukaku. I also just don't super rate Belgium. I think they need to start fresh. I think you need to tell a bunch of the veteran players, hey, listen, we don't need you anymore. We have way too much talented youth like CDK, like Luka Bacchiao, like Bakayoko. I don't even think that what's his name? Fucking the dickhead for City that's always injured. De Bruyne. Yeah. De Bruyne shouldn't fucking play either. Like, I don't know. Belgium just run a bunch of
striker and just run all fucking wingers and say,
just run me out a bunch of 19-year-olds that have been absolute fucking studs in, not even the top leagues, but like guys that aren't getting enough tick for their club. Like, jack up their transfer market value and make people realize, oh shit, these Belgium kids are fucking nasty, because they are.
Flamengo really didn't beat Atletico MG with over 2.0 XG, 25 shots. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. That's how you're going to celebrate.
Mario, baby.
What the fuck? All right, moving on. All right, I'll tell you the one bet that I have for this, and it's not a player prop.
Greece to score?
No, I was going to say both teams to score. So, that's it. That's all I have for this game. I don't trust England at all. The money line on England, if you believe in England, take England. It's a great number. You still have Harry Kane. You still have Bellingham. The Harry Kane goal number is like plus 135. That is fucking wildly high for Harry Kane. And it's not like he's just not scoring for Bayern over there. Is he a little bit of a different player? Is it a different team when you go over to England? Yeah, there's also the new manager, Magic, can throw in there. And Harry Kane's the captain. He just said England before your club team, which if I'm a Bayern fan, yo, dog, fuck you. I hope we never win a trophy until you leave. But that's neither here nor there. I like both teams to score in this game, and I'm sure I'll take some Bellingham and Harry Kane props once the lineups are out. What do y'all got?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's the best number on England we'll see in quite some time. So I do understand if anybody wants to back them on the money line. Man, like if you told me last game that Greece won and Greece was at home, I would have understood it. Now I feel like the number on Greece is better than it should, or not as good as it should be. Like it should almost be a higher number, because I don't think they could do it in back-to-back games. And I'd really love to get Greece like plus 1.5. It's not going to happen. But I do like Greece to get a goal. I do think both teams to score is a good play here. And I think Harry Kane, if he's starting, probably gets on the score sheet. So I'm with you on both of those.
It probably will be a penalty kick too, but he'll still be on that score sheet.
Yeah, both teams to score is even money. So, I mean, that's like a silly, silly number.
Yeah, there's only one better both teams to score number, and it's going to take – I'm going to have to talk some people into it when we get there.
Yeah, I mean, you guys covered it. I'm good on this one.
All right, next one. Scotland versus Croatia. So this is leg steak and McSauce and Modric props. This is what that game is. I'm not even like super confident to take the both teams to score. I think it was like minus 150 something. I don't even know what I'm going to put with that to make it into a bettable number. I think it's a nice little parlay piece if you do maybe like a multi-team, multi-game type of parlay. But even both teams to score, I'd be a little bit nervous. The strikers for both of these teams are inconsistent as fuck. They're going to try real hard. That effort, that Beto effort is going to be there. Will the goals? McTominay and Modric shots on target, though. That's my money play right there.
I love it. I get Croatia wrong 100% of the time.
All right, so what are you feeling? Everybody
100% of the time. Scotland at home, they have to score a goal, right?
That's what I'm kind of thinking, but also like who scores it?
I know.
Not name McSauce.
It's got to be Sauce. It's got to be. There's nobody else. Adams, maybe.
When's the last time
Adams kind of sucks.
I know.
I was gonna say I'd rather take McGinn than Che Adams to score a goal. Isn't there some dude on like Celtic or on Rangers that's kind of good for them? There's got to be somebody.
I don't know.
Somebody on Scotland, like someone learned how to take free. We need one Scottish guy that is just like a giant, like 6'5" striker, or just anyone that can hit free kicks, so Scotland can be dangerous.
This just seems like the game to me where I would be like, oh, I'm going to take Croatia on the money line, plus number. Why not? Yeah, they're away, whatever. And this is the game where like you walk away and it's a draw.
Yep.
So I don't really have a lean on either side. I think your both teams to score is good. I just don't know who's going to do it.
You went to Brighton? Who went to Brighton? Are we talking about Matty O'Reilly? Because I know him. Is he Scottish? I thought he was from Northern Ireland. All right, I don't know that. Yeah, I won't act like I can tell the difference. I'll be honest. All right, moving on. Denmark versus Spain. Again, you're going to see a lot of games on here like, oh, Leg must be betting both teams to score. Denmark's getting one at home. It's probably going to be the ghost man himself, Christian Eriksen. Whenever he throws on that Denmark kit, something happens.
Superman, dude. Guy is Superman.
He puts that Denmark flag around his neck, and he's flying. I don't know how he does it every time. It's definitely going to be off some sort of set piece, whether he gets an assist off a corner, bangs in a set piece himself, rebound off of his own set piece. I don't know if you guys saw that Sunday league goal. It was fucking sick. 35-yard volley off a rebound.
That was nice.
Awesome. And then Spain is just Spain. As much as I think Spain fell off, they're fucking dominating world football. Well, they have the Olympics. They're the world champions for the women. The men won the Euros. The men won the UEFA Nations League. They're got both Ballon d'Or holders right now. Spain is just dominating world football. Their captain is literally Morata, and they're dominating world football right now. It actually blows my fucking mind that is how it's working out. Like, you got Inaki Williams sitting right over there, said he would play for Spain, and you're like, nah, we're good. We got Morata. We're cool. We got Morata and Oyarzabal if his leg's working today. We're good. So I think the young core also, if we see young bull over at Porto now, he was on Atleti. What is it? Amradian? I'm probably butchering the fuck out of that name. It's him, Nico Williams, and Lamine Yamal. And for some reason, when they play together, they just look like they've never had more fun ever. And it's just so weird to see from a Spanish attack, just such like creative, fast dribblers that aren't just scoring every single goal. Because I was used to seeing David Silva, Fabregas, David Villa, Fernando Torres, and they were just banging in goals easily. Now we got these ridiculous speedsters that nobody can guard, and nobody on Spain can really take free kicks. Are we giving Danny Olmo free kick duty? Who's getting free kick duty on?
Why not? Guy's a fucking beast. So good. Yeah, listen, I like the over. I like Spain over 1.5 goals at even money. The over 2.5 for the game is plus 105. This should be a fun one. Spain potentially gets 3 on their own, but Denmark could do it. At home, I'd like to see something out of them, but got to ride Spain. If you want to take Spain money line at minus 120, have at it. You're not getting that number very often.
Nope, no, you're not. Oaks, anything to add?
No, I like both teams to score here. You hit the nail on the head. I like Eriksson. If Poulsen gets in, maybe look at him. I don't know.
He kind of never does it though, right?
No, he never does shit, but like he still somehow has a goal in this competition. Like,
Right.
I don't know. Who else is it? Is it Norgard? Who's fucking nasty from free kick here for Denmark? He hit that one.
Norway.
What's up?
Isn't he from Norway? Isn't he Norwegian?
No, or maybe it's Demsgaard. I can't fucking remember. It's something, one of the guards.
Yeah.
He had that he had that insane fucking free kick where he got up and down over the wall from like 2 yards outside the box in Euros. Not this one, the COVID
right
Euros.
from Brentford, Norgard. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Norgard. That
Oh,
dude's
they're both on there. They're both on Brentford.
Yeah, Norgard and Demsgaard. Those are my guys I like for shots on target when they get in the lineup.
Boylan too, I think could be live if they're gonna do anything.
Is he allowed to play? Because if I'm Man U, I'm going, yo, dude. You just came back. Let's relax. Also, if you're from Norway, or if you're from Denmark, they shouldn't be allowed to use the weird O's with the lines in them. That you're throwing me off.
That's Norwegian.
Nah, dude, the one bull has it. That's why I was like,
I know. Yeah, I know.
You can't be doing that.
But like, I immediately think Sorloth, and I'm like, oh, all those dudes are Norwegian.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We got a night game. Uruguay versus Colombia. This is the only night game that you should care about in the South American CONMEBOL World Cup qualifiers. There is a couple the next few nights where they're going to be bettable, but this is the real one. This is going to be the bread and butter, Uruguay versus Colombia. These are my two favorite teams to watch over there. Brazil's been an absolute dumpster fire, and fuck Argentina. So these two have been the absolute most fun to watch. James Rodriguez for Colombia is a completely different player when he puts on that Colombia kit. Luis Diaz is on fire right now. Fede Valverde, Ugarte, even our boy that just can't hit a fucking broadside of a barn, Darwin Núñez. When he puts on that Uruguay kit, you get that little bit of extra passion. He still can't fucking shoot for shit, but he tries a little bit harder, and I think he looks good in baby blue. So I like both teams to score in this one. I think it's going to be yellow cards galore. Now, the only thing that can really fuck that, I know there's going to be fouls. There's going to be blood in this game. If the ref sucks, you're going to hear me bitching about it the entire time. Not even like a little bit of bitching, the entire fucking time.
It's Ortega. It is a Peruvian ref, so we don't get cursed with an Argentine ref for this game.
It always just feels like if they're South American, you have to ask them, all right, Ronaldo or Messi, and that's how you figure out if the game's going to suck or not for reffing.
You just figure it out if it's that the Mexican referee we fucking hate who can't do his job at all, or any ref from Argentina is automatically a piece of shit.
Yeah, all right. He actually found out the formula. I love Uruguay, but you kind of got to go Colombia here. They seem to always get the results. I feel like Colombia on a draw no bet or even on a double chance, if any of those numbers are bettable, would be the move. I love Uruguay, and they're going to put up a fucking hell of a fight too. Just that's how they're like kind of how their team rolls. But
bully you and fucking battle out in the midfield, and it's going to be a gross, disgusting under game that nobody wants to bet on because Uruguay really doesn't score, and Colombia takes off every other game. But fuck, would I love to see a Colombia over 1.5 at plus 280? That is fucking silly for all the firepower that they have. I don't
especially
necessarily
with big ass center backs and James Rodriguez taking corners, dude.
So I'm not saying it's going to come through, but I'll put half a unit on a plus 280 for team total there. I like Colombia corners over 3.5. I think that's a silly low number. 4 corners seems pretty reasonable. And over 4.5 guards, I think has to be like automatic at even money.
Yep.
Fede Valverde shot on target. Every time it's plus money, don't think about it. Just play it.
There you go.
All right, moving on. Now we have the Nick Diani game.
Hey.
We got Turkey versus Wales. Now, anytime I have talked to Nick about international break, Turkey has been playing Wales. Because, thanks to the Nations League. What a fun fucking competition where we watch the same 3 teams play each other every single international break. So, Nick, what are we doing for this game?
God, under, like every other Turkey-Wales game?
exact opposite of whatever Nick says for Turkey.
No, I like
Nick, what are
both
we
teams.
doing?
I like both teams to score.
And the under, you're a bold guy. You think?
No, I'm saying the unders what comes through because every game fucking Turkey plays or Wales plays, I take an over and never fucking hits ever. I think Wales gets on the score sheet, man. I think it's both teams to score.
Yo, Oaks, who the fuck told Nick that Wales is a goal scoring team? Why are you taking overs in Wales games, bro?
I'm saying games that they're involved in, dude.
Right?
Yeah. Guys, they play teams that can score occasionally. I'm not necessarily banking on them all the time, but the last 2 or 3 games that I've looked at, like you always talk to me about Turkey. I think Turkey scored goals in one of the last 8 games.
See, you say these things about Turkey, and then I go and look, and I was like, wait, Nick was talking shit on Turkey, and then they scored 4 goals in this game.
Yeah, the only time ever.
And then they scored. They won 1-0 before that, and then 3-1.
1-0 under.
So then the 3-1 game, I guess you just didn't bet.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
you must have been mad about the 0-0 game with Wales before that.
Exactly.
That one was in Turkey. I mean, you weren't going to get a bettable number on Turkey playing fucking Iceland in Turkey.
Right.
Oh, that one. So
no, listen, I think Turkey is an incredibly hard place to play for an opposing team. They should be favored in this. Wales is not very good. Brennan Johnson, though, continues to do the thing. So he's almost plus 400 to score a goal. I don't know if he does, but to score or assist might be worth a look. But you can hit me with all the player props you want, Leg. I'm probably staying away from this game. Both teams to score maybe is what you could.
Arda Güler, all right, Arda Güler and Yildiz. That's all I have to say about Turkey. Once somebody else can do something.
Cal Halongu.
Well, him is just an automatic shot on target, and if they get a penalty kick, I know it's a bucket. But give me the Arda Güler and the Yildiz props for whatever prop you want to take. I'd take them for all of them. Shots, assists, goals, doesn't matter. Shots outside the box on target for Arda Güler is my absolute favorite because you can see it happening. While you see him just cut inside on his left, and you're like, all right, go ahead and do it again. Why not, Arda? Just hit the rectangle. Thank you. All right.
Did Yildiz make the team? I don't see a number for him.
Oh, I have no idea. Again, those are just the 3 names that I will say for Turkey religiously and not look.
Yeah, this is going to be like a gross under game. I don't even know why I'm looking at it.
Oh, no, it's going to be a 2-0 Turkey game, and you're still going to end up being upset because you wanted both teams to score.
Maybe.
That's what's going to really happen. Probably going to be 2 Talon penalty kicks, too.
Under 2.5, minus 130 looks good.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. All right, back to Nick again. We got Italy versus France.
Oh,
no
we're going
Mbappe. No Mbappe in Italy. What do we got?
I don't know. I didn't consider these games. I only looked at the first round. I'm sorry. What's the number?
How could you?
It doesn't matter. It's 0-0. I was
gonna say
fucking sucks. Italy isn't gonna score on them. But France can't find the back of the net to save their fucking lives right now. 0-0, 6 cards.
I could see it.
I saw it it was Italy plus 190, France at plus 155.
France is at home, I'm guessing.
No, Italy's
in Italy.
Oh, fuck. I don't know. I mean, honestly, it all depends on if Italy gets the job done against Belgium. If they don't get it done against Belgium, I'll probably back them in some way, shape, or form at home. But if they do, they'll probably start a ton of the young kids and see what's what.
All right, last game I got for you guys. It's Brazil versus Uruguay. Vinny Jr.'s playing. Brazil looks like shit.
This is the nobody get hurt bowl.
Yeah, pretty much. This is please nobody get hurt, and I don't know what to make of it because Brazil's getting numbers that we haven't seen on Brazil in probably decades.
They deserve it. That's the problem.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I still can't back them because no new players, no new view tactics, no new manager to really make me actually believe in them. It's pretty much just L1 triangle to the left side and fuck it, Vinny down there. Hopefully something happens. That's how I'm looking at it. Because I don't even know if Savinho is going to start on the other side or Rafinha is going to start because now magically all of Barca's players are injured.
Oh, yeah, dude, just give it a month. All the Rafinha is good tweets are just going to age super well.
Yeah, it is. So this is a card-heavy game for me. I don't even trust it enough to do both teams to score. But if somebody scores, it's going to probably be Vinicius Jr. He is on a warpath after being snubbed. So I don't know if anyone else would even add anything to that. Yeah, it's Brazil versus Uruguay, guys. So
yeah, I mean, look, I
This is
love
gonna be a
South
really
American.
exciting, beautiful kick game too. But
Yeah, I love South American football. International football is always tough. Make sure you're reducing your unit size on this stuff, guys. Like these games don't fucking matter. A couple of World Cup qualifiers, blah blah blah. At the end of the day, these games really don't fucking matter, and everybody's really just trying to get back to their club without getting hurt.
yeah, again, like I said earlier, my problem is that we just keep watching the exact same European games. It's the exact same group of 4 fucking teams, and they play the exact same game at 2 different stadiums. That's it.
Yeah, and the South American teams are good, but like the only thing you really need to know is don't bet against Bolivia at altitude and don't bet against Ecuador at altitude. Like other than that, like it's all the same stuff. I like these guys a lot. I like these competitions. It just friendlies fucking blow, dude. And like whatever, these aren't friendlies. You can't ask a guy to play 90 fucking games a season anymore. Like it's getting to be too much. I love talking football and I love doing shows like this and I love chatting with you guys, but like it's getting to the point where it's excessive and it's hurting the players.
I got my 15 real quick for you guys. I'm going Nigeria money line. They're playing Benin. I don't know.
Be careful. All I'm gonna say is be careful, man. These AFCON games are fucking brutal. The conditions are brutal. Teams that you think should, like Nigeria against a country I never heard of in my life, should they fucking score 5? Of course they should. Will they?
No,
it depends. Are they going to cancel their flight and make them take a bus for 19 hours? Like
maybe. I'm doing that. I'm doing Senegal money line versus Burkina at -130 because I'm just like, hey, both these teams are better than the other team. I'm getting bettable numbers. Figure it the fuck out. All right, over at AFCON, figure it the fuck out. I'm taking USA money line against Jamaica +130. Greece, England, both teams to score -105. I'm taking the Harry Kane goal right now. I'm not even going to wait. It's +135. Anytime goal scorer. Italy draw no bet versus Belgium's at -105. Denmark, Spain, both teams to score -125. McTominay shot on target. Modric shot on target. Turkey money line versus Wales -135. Ukraine draw no bet at Georgia +105. This is my other one that I had. Germany versus Bosnia, both teams to score +125. It's at Bosnia.
Okay.
I pray to God that Dzeko is going to start.
I was going to say, you're banking on a Dzeko goal.
You're fucking right, I am.
Is he still playing?
He is. He does still play for them.
I got Sweden money line versus Slovakia at -140. Brazil money line against Venezuela at -170. Yeah. Brazil's playing Venezuela, and it's fucking -170. I'm sorry. I'll fall right into that trap. I'll do it. And then I have Argentina money line at Paraguay at -140. I'm assuming that Messi's going to dry his tears a little bit after that Miami exit and go and play for Argentina, and where he's just treated like an absolute king and just go and do whatever you want on a better team. And then my parlay is Greece, England, both teams to score, Germany, Bosnia, both teams to score, and USA money line, whatever game Stefan starts. And that is written on here, so that is part of the fine print.
I like it.
That's what I got.
Silly parlay for you. Costa Rica at home to Panama. Canada against Suriname +250.
Wait, what are you doing?
You guys know I love that Canadian men's national team, dude. There's so many dogs on that team.
Wait, you're doing Costa Rica and Canada money line?
Yeah, +250.
Who's Costa Rica playing?
Panama, but they're at home.
Oh, okay. Can you spell Panama?
Pananas. No, that's bananas.
Pananama. I think it's the silent N that's throwing me off.
All right, but that's all I got for you guys. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at TwoFootTalk. That's at TWOFootTalk. Link is in the description below. Make sure you follow me at A Young Leg. You follow Oaks at BurOaks77. You can follow Nick at Nick Diani all on Twitter. Make sure you check out him and his show. It is going to be all linked on his Twitter and through our Twitter accounts, through the descriptions here. Go ahead and scroll right down and click on the links. You'll find it there nice and easy. Go on to tftdrip.com for all of your Christmas needs. We got shit. That's all I'm going to say. Yo, I've been looking into doing ugly sweaters. Holy shit, that's fucking hard.
They're stupid
so hard.
expensive.
Oh, no, these ones aren't even that expensive. I think the most expensive one was like $45. Which, I don't really want to sell anything that's that much money, but also if I make a dope, ugly sweater, I expect you guys to buy it.
Will it have a pineapple on it?
That's what I'm working on. That shit is fucking hard, okay? I'm not the best at geometry and whatnot, but damn, you have to, get it mirrored, but not flip it where it's cut, and it's very frustrating. I don't know how people that aren't just straight up knitting are getting along with it, but it's definitely pissing me off a lot. But just know, ugly Christmas sweaters, I'm working on it. They're on the way, tftdrip.com. Nick, thank you for joining us. Nick is usually with his boys right around now. They'll be starting their show. They are all for international break, and Nick had to get some Roma things off of his chest, so luckily we were able to oblige him. Nick,
Appreciate
coming on.
boys.
Any plugs you have, just go ahead and ring them off right now.
No, you nailed them all, man. At Nick Diani, at KicksPicksPod, Twitter, YouTube. Love chopping it up with you guys. Appreciate your support always. I love how we've just pretty much kind of intersected shows and nonsense at this point every Wednesday night. So, always a pleasure, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's hockey season for Nick, so he might be rooting for his P's now. I don't know what's going on. We got Oaks. I saw Oaks tweeted out hockey player parlays or player props. What a fucking weirdo.
Oaks is crushing the hockey game.
While we're on 2FootTalk, what a fucking weirdo, guys. But yeah, this guy's already crushing men's basketball and hockey. So as always, check out all of Oaks' stuff. I'm sure he's got plenty more shows and live shows coming up. Oaks, you got a little schedule written up for him yet?
Yeah, I mean, make sure to look for YouTube either late Thursday night, Friday morning. I'm having my friend Brandy Mack from Twitter on. She's an Auburn alum. She's pretty wired up with the Auburn basketball program down there, and she knows SEC really well. I had her on last year to do a college for the Field of 68 tournament preview and a bracket show, and we did really well. So really excited to have her on. We'll be recording that Thursday night. I'll get it up either late Thursday night or Friday. Wall-to-wall banger games in college basketball on Friday. There's 20 of them. We're going to have to cut it down. But yeah, I'm currently sweating out some college basketball stuff. I made 3 videos today. Check those out. I'll have stuff tomorrow as well. I will continue texting Nick hockey plays like Tyler Sagan, who took care of us at plus 220 on a goal for Dallas and a 7-1 fucking beatdown the other night. So yeah, check out the Discord. I'm always in there talking sports and betting on shit. So
all right, that's all I got for you guys. Make sure you tune in. We'll be back next week, 7:30. Luckily, international break will be pretty much over by then, and we can get back into the real shit. Again, Nick, thank you for joining us. Oaks, it's always a pleasure. Fuck what you heard.
It's what you're hearing.
We're 2FootTalk and Nick, and we're out.